You ask me how bad I want it, I guess I'ma beg for it. Your body looks better on me, cause it gets wetter for me. Once you beg for me, once you beg, watch me beg for you. I'ma beg, I guess I gotta beg. What is up, Halo Army? It's your boy Milo. And what are we doing today, shorty?
We're going to be giving you guys some advice. This is probably the most asked question that we get, besides if I'm pregnant or when we're getting married. This is like the third most asked question.
Facts.
We get this question almost daily, like all the time.
Facts.
The question and the advice that we're basically going to be giving you guys is how to survive a long distance relationship.
Facts.
Me and Babe have experience in it, considering that we were long distance for 10 months.
Almost a year. Pretty much a year.
It was really hard. It was really challenging. I'm not gonna lie. We got through it. As you can see, we're still together. We're almost gonna be 3 years together in a couple months. So we made it.
If you think we should do more videos like this, let us know after the video, you know what I mean? Because this is something I will be extremely excited to do. Like sit down with y'all, give y'all like advice, you know what I mean? Tell y'all like what and what not to do in a relationship, even out of a relationship. Just let us know
how to get a boyfriend.
Damn.
How to get a girlfriend.
Yeah, because you good at
how
that.
to keep a girlfriend. If
y'all want videos like that, just let us know. We're not experts, but I feel like if we sat down and actually talked, we can come up with a perfect way to explain to you guys in full descriptive details that can help you guys
be happy, basically.
Be happy. That's basically what we want to do. We want to give y'all advice and tell y'all what not to do and what to do by our experience, you know what I mean? And this does not apply to everybody. You have a bunch of people who may be with somebody who may like the things that we say don't do, but that's just a weird person. You know what I mean? So shout out to you.
So funny.
Okay.
Thanks for putting a disclaimer, babe. Not everybody's gonna agree with our views on things and how we like to handle things and what we think is right, which is okay.
It's most likely just majority.
Which is why it's called advice. You can choose to take it or not.
Exactly.
Okay? We're not forcing y'all. So.
Exactly, okay. You just want to jump straight into it?
Yes.
Alright, so we're gonna start this video, start in the middle of this video asking one question: how to survive a long distance relationship. This question is actually a very popular question. As she stated earlier, I see this all the times in my DMs, all the times in the comment section, and me personally, I had a lot of crushes that were in different states, you know what I mean? I was a little boy, you feel me? That's just, I was scared of girls. I wouldn't approach a girl in public because I was scared of them. I was always doing stuff wrong, but like I said, I was a little boy, you know what I mean? I'm a man now. I'm a big, strong man now. Let's just start off by saying, with a long distance relationship, in my opinion, is a beautiful thing for the simple fact that you are allowed to get to know that person way deeper and way beyond the physical connection, which is needed, let me say. But I feel like if you meet somebody in person and y'all kick it off a weekend later, you know what I mean, y'all are going on dates, you feel me, they come to the crib, you let them stay the night, y'all watch Netflix, yada yada yada. You guys are getting to know each other, but what are the odds of you guys getting to know each other on a chemistry level as y'all would if you guys were to be talking on the phone, to be texting, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a powerful way to get to know somebody.
Without physical, you're saying.
Exactly, because you don't have physical, so you need to compensate for that, basically. You know what I mean? And it's just a beautiful thing. I feel like me and her, we handled our relationship perfectly for the simple fact that we waited an entire 3 months. That's not a long time at all for a long distance relationship. A lot of long distance relationship goes 1 year, 2 years without even seeing each other. Some goes months and months without even seeing each other on FaceTime. I don't know what world ever do that.
Yeah, just to clarify, we were long distance for 10 months, but between the 10 months, we did see each other. He came to see me the first time in Chicago, then I always flew out like here and there and stayed at his house for like a week or two, a couple months at a time.
I used to be the type of person, I didn't want to be around somebody for too long. And I know that sounds horrible, but like the girlfriends that I did have in the past, it was like if I was around them for even 2 days, like I would get tired of them. You feel me? And it's horrible. It's a horrible thing to say, but it was something different when she started coming to my house, you know what I mean? And after 1 week, after 2 weeks, I'm like begging her to come back another week later. That was just different for me. When we got to a point where she was staying over for like a month, I'm like, dang, after a month, I'm still not tired of you. You might as well just move in. But this video is not about us. This video is about you guys. But we just want to express and emphasize, just emphasize how it affected us. Tip one, me personally, I would say communication is key. For the simple fact that all of our arguments were due to communication. If if we weren't talking as much. If you're long distance, you need that presence. It's just like if you live with somebody and they're never looking at you, never talking to you, you just don't feel that presence. I mean, that's gonna do something to your relationship. It's the same with being long distance. Communication is everything. Make time to talk to each other on the phone. Like we went like a few days and I was like so busy I couldn't talk to her, or I was like when I was on tour we couldn't talk on the phone every night. Just that alone, it felt like we were becoming distant.
Yeah, because that's all you have when you're long distance. All you have is communication.
So I feel like
that's all you can do is talk to each other. So if you go days without talking to someone that don't live in the same state as you, that you don't see in person ever, like, you know what I mean, it's gonna create some
distance.
Yeah, emotionally.
It's gonna do something to your relationship, and it's up to you to actually deal with it and do better or be worse. You feel me? It all depends on your mindset. If you're an ambitious person and you go for what you want, and you know for a fact, speaking from a guy's point of view, if you know for a fact that this girl is it for you, bruh, do what the hell you gotta do. You feel me? Don't let your pride get in the way. Don't let work, don't let school, you feel me? School is very important, you know what I mean? But it's not as time consuming as you may make it
out to be.
Yeah. And it's like I used to do that a lot, and it's not in my mind. I wasn't like, okay, this is gonna take up all my time, but it was more so like you already know how I am. If I'm in the zone, like I'm in the zone. You feel me? And that's where I went wrong. So let me apologize for that. I know I did before, but still. So yeah, that's one thing. Make time for each other and make time to actually talk to somebody, ask them how their day went. Just be there. Just vocally be there and be there. You feel me?
Also, if you're gonna be busy, which is understandable, like when we were long distance, I was in college and working, and he, you know, had his whole music thing and his label going on, so we both live very different lives and we're both very busy. So even if you are busy, just simply texting them and letting them know, like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to talk to you for a few hours, but I will text you at this time, and just telling them that instead of not saying anything the whole day. Trust me, it makes a difference.
Or this is very smart, and I recommend everybody doing it. If you are in the middle of doing something, bro, I don't care if it's homework, because if you're doing homework, if you're in the studio for my artists, if you know what I mean, if you're doing something that's very time consuming, you're gonna get sucked into it. Yeah, you're gonna get sucked into it, and then you might not respond for like a whole 40 minutes after every single text. You know what I mean? So she's texting you after like 2 minutes, but every single time she responds, she gotta wait 40 minutes for a text, you know what I mean?
And that's how it was a lot of times with us.
And even if I wasn't busy, she was busy, and that's how it was for me. I had to wait for a text. And it's like, it got to a point where we started letting each other know when we were gonna be busy, and we just didn't even text during that time. We were just like, look, I'm gonna be busy, you know what I mean? I'm gonna just text you after. This is something a lot of people subconsciously do automatically, but there is a lot of people who will only text you 5 times throughout the whole day. You know what I mean? And just have you sitting here waiting for a text. So don't do that. Let them know you're going to be busy. And just don't talk to each other for that time that you are busy. Text them once or twice. Maybe call them on your downtime. Because hearing your voice is far more important than seeing a text from you. I learned that from her. I learned that from her. Before her, I wasn't a talking on the phone type of dude. You know what I mean? I love to text.
Same with me. I was the same way.
For real?
Yeah.
She made me want to talk on the phone, you know what I mean? Because it was something special. So that's another thing. Make time to actually call the person. Don't always just text. So now that we're done with communication, what would you say?
I would say the next tip that we would give you guys is to have faith. Personally, I feel like that's one of the biggest things that play a role in a long distance relationship, because you guys can talk all you want, but if you don't have faith that relationship is going to go anywhere, if you don't have faith that you guys are actually going to see each other one day and that this is actually going to work, there's just no point. You're wasting your time, you're wasting the other person's time, you know. You're just setting yourself up for a lot of pain and heartbreak and, you know, all of that. So if you don't have faith, either find some, you know, if you really do want it to work out, find some, or if you don't, just call it quits.
Just be lonely and buy a few cats.
Yeah, because I really liked Milo when we first started talking. I liked him a lot. He made me so happy. As time went on, I started losing faith that we were actually going to see each other. We lived completely different lives, you know what I mean? And I was like, this is just never going to work, you know? And that's just me being an overthinker and getting into my own head. But what really helped me was having him reassure me all the time, like constantly reassuring me, telling me, you know, that we are going to see each other one day and this and this and that. And it's like just having him tell me that really like helped me. So I would say to just reassure each other, lift each other up, give each other faith, you know what I mean? Because it's like, it's for both people. Because even him, like, I know there's plenty of times where he's like, yeah, this isn't gonna work, you know what I mean? But him telling me and me telling him, like, that just helps everyone. So just have faith, no matter how long it's been, or, you know, things, sometimes it's just not always convenient to just get on a plane and see that person. There's a lot of time and planning that goes into that moment of actually seeing that person.
You gotta take transportation into consideration, where you're gonna lay your
money,
head. It's a lot that goes into it.
So just have faith, just have patience, you know, and just believe everything's gonna work out.
That was very important in our relationship as well, because even 1 month into our relationship, like, I wish y'all knew how much she doubted us. I think back to it and I'm like, damn.
I want to clarify, it wasn't because I didn't like him, or I was like, yeah, it's not gonna work out because I don't really like him. I did not have faith because I was like, yeah, this isn't gonna go anywhere. I don't really like him. I'm not taking him serious. It was not that. I really did like him. The reason why I feel like I didn't have a lot of faith in it is because I had experiences with other guys before that we never got to the level, I never got to the level of having a boyfriend before him, because every single guy that I started talking to made promises and made this and this and that, saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna take you out, or we're gonna do this. Never happened, you know what I mean? So it's like, I was the type of person that was used to hearing people say, oh yeah, you're gonna be my girlfriend, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, you know what I mean? Just guys talking out of their butthole and not meaning it. So it's like, I just, like, he would promise me things and say things to me, and I'm like, yeah, okay, like, we'll see, you know what I mean? Like, that type of thing. But and then, like I said, also me just overthinking, thinking like, okay, this is just too good to be true, like, you know, like, I don't deserve it type of thing.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest complications, and I'm actually really happy you brought that up, because I wouldn't have even brought that up. That's very that can really hurt a relationship, especially for my fellas. It's usually the girls who are the overthinker, not to be biased because I'm a guy or not to be sexist, but it usually is, right? It's usually the girls who doubts a relationship and just overthinks, you know what I mean? Fellas, y'all gotta have
patience.
Y'all gotta have patience, and y'all gotta have a strong foot. Like, y'all gotta have tough skin, and y'all gotta be able to pull through even when your girl tells you, like, I don't think we should be together, I don't think this is gonna work. You gotta be able to tell her. You can't just be like, oh, why are you doing this, blah blah blah, why are you saying that? You gotta be able to tell her, like, look, you ain't going nowhere, this is going to work, it is working, and this is what I'm going to do to make it work.
And that's
you know
exactly what he did, guys. Like literally, if you want that person, you need to show them that you want them. Like, give it your everything, you know what I mean? Like, make sure that they know, like, you're not going nowhere.
You gotta really, fellas, you gotta really convince her that it's gonna work, because she is going to doubt you guys 100%. And most of the time, you gotta take that first step to going to see, because that's exactly what happened. After 3 months, we started, like, that's when the lack of faith really started to hit her, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just go see her. And that's when I flew out to see her, and that's when our relationship really ignited, because even though you have chemistry, even though you have communication, even though you have trust, even though you guys have this bond that you have created that's unbreakable, because you did it just off of emotions, you know what I mean? Now you're wondering what it's like to have this bond that you guys create that's physical, that's bigger than life itself. So when we found that, it was raps. I just really want y'all to know, if you guys are in a long distance relationship, 9 times out of 10 you guys are going to last a very long time once you see each other, for the simple fact that you guys have created this concrete foundation that's going to carry you guys through hurricanes, through tornadoes, shit, through tsunamis.
And you know why? Because you guys already been through the toughest parts of a relationship without even seeing each other yet, you know what I mean? Faith and patience have already been tested in a couple of months, because you guys were long distance, you know what I mean? It's like, a long distance relationship goes through a lot more earlier than a normal relationship.
Once y'all see each other, it's going to be
the best thing ever.
It's going to be an unbreakable bond, I promise you.
I know it might be hard, but I feel like it just makes you appreciate that person so much more. Like, not being able to see them as often, it's like every single time you do see each other, if you guys are visiting each other here and there, it just makes you appreciate things so much more, you know what I mean?
And you create more moments.
Yeah, and it's like regular couples, like, I don't want to make it, you know, a competition, but basically I just feel like, okay, if you're in a regular relationship, if you met someone at school or met someone in your hometown, it's like, yeah, I'm not saying you guys can't work or it's not special or whatever, but I feel like compared to that, it's like somebody who just got with someone, you know what I mean, like a month ago, they're always together, always doing this and this and that, and it's like eventually it doesn't start to mean as much, you know what I mean? I don't want to say that it doesn't mean as much, but basically when you're in a long distance relationship and you see each other here and there, like every couple of months, it feels like the first time again, you know what I mean? Because it's like you appreciate it so much because you know you don't have access to that person 24/7. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Since you don't have access to that person every single day like you would if you guys live together, if you guys were in the same city, it's like it just makes you appreciate everything so much more, and it makes you appreciate that person, and all the little moments become way bigger. Exactly. You know what I mean?
This is something I always told myself. Out of all of the people that's in the world, what makes you think that my soulmate is right around the corner? You know what I mean? And I always remembered that, and it worked for me. It worked for me. Like, what are the odds of my soulmate being the girl that sits right next to me in my classroom? What are the odds of my soulmate being the girl that I just saw at Walmart 2 seconds ago? What are the odds? You know what I mean? Like, the world is way bigger than what you see around you. So do not be afraid of long distance relationships. Do not be afraid of meeting somebody online, and do not be afraid of pursuing that person, because I'm not gonna say 9 times out of 10, but most of the time you will have way more success with that person than you will have with a person that you're forced to see every single day.
Take a chance, take a risk.
The final thing that we can say that's really gonna help you guys out is having it completely branded in your mind that you are going to see this person. Actually go for it. You know what I mean?
Make sure you're actually taking the steps forward into trying to see that person.
Don't get comfortable with being in a long distance relationship.
Don't get comfortable, yeah.
Seeing a person does not mean moving in with that person.
Yeah.
Just because you see that person, you are still a long distance relationship, but don't make it a one-time thing. Not only making time to talk to this person and giving this person your energy, but also really trying your hardest to make time to see that person as well.
To make trips.
Even if it's one trip every 2 months for a week, you know what I mean? And I know there's a lot of younger people that's like 16. I know it's probably harder for y'all. My only advice for y'all is, if you're in a long distance relationship, just be strong. Just be strong until you're able to. Me personally, I wasn't able to just travel at will until I was like 18. And
yeah, and even then, like, he came to see me for the first time. We were 18 when we met.
Yeah.
But basically, he came to see me for my birthday. He came to Chicago, and he stayed for like a week?
5 days.
5 days. And he took that step to come see me. He was the first person to, you know, make that move.
I actually surprised her, yo.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was coming. But all the times after that, I was the one who flew out to him, but he always paid for my plane tickets and helped me get there, because he knew, like, okay, I was the one who had to, like, put time aside and go out there and all of that. So I actually ended up quitting my job because I went to go see him.
She quit like 3 jobs.
I went to go see him so often. I was like, yeah, I can't keep doing this.
She was like, I don't even want to work no more.
Just compromise, you know, if you can't see someone that month, ask if they can come over, try to help them, you know what I mean? Just compromise with each other. Make sure you're both putting in effort to see each other. Make sure it's not one-sided.
Exactly. So I feel like those are the most important things of really lasting in a long distance relationship, and that was coming from us, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
in
look
our
at
experience.
Us. We met on Snapchat. He lived in Atlanta, I lived in Chicago. We were long distance for 10 months, and I mean, look at us, like, we're happy.
We popping, boo-boo.
And I'm just so happy, like, y'all, I just thank God every day that I didn't give up and I wasn't stupid and just said forget it, you know what I mean? Because I'm just so happy and in love and blessed, and it's all gonna be worth it in the end. Just make sure you guys know that for my people in a long distance relationship. No matter the heartache, how much you miss them, like how hard it is, like when you guys finally get together and you see yourselves, you know, years later in a relationship, and you're like, wow, like you look at them and you're just like, dang, we really did that. Like we really got through that. Yeah, so it's amazing. It's all worth it. So
when you first see your girl, bro, give her something. give her something, even if it's like chocolate. Give her something and surprise her. That's like the beauty of long distance relationships.
But I think that pretty much, I think we did a good job. Yeah. I hope this helps you guys. All you guys that always ask us this question.
And if you have any other advice for anybody, comment down below. If we did not tackle something that you guys were expecting to hear, by all means, we apologize. Like I said, we just came off the top of the head. We didn't have no script. We didn't have anything scripted at all. Just remember to cop our merch. You feel me? Everything will be somewhere. You just don't have to search for it, because I don't know where it's going to be. You hear me? It's litty lit.
We have a P.O. box. We're going to put the P.O. address on the screen and in the description. So if you want to write us any letters or anything, we are going to be doing unboxing videos, basically. A whole video reading all your guys' stuff and opening everything that you guys send us. So make sure you go do that. Yeah, we love you guys. Thank you for watching this video. Please give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure your post notifications are on, and we will see you guys in the next video.
And just remember,
What?
haven't had a lit opportunity. You feel me? So keep that halo and keep your head up, okay? But we out. Get on my butt.
You ask me how bad I want it, I guess I'ma beg for it. Your body looks better on me, cause it gets wetter for me. Once you beg for me, once you beg, watch me beg for you.